All right, here's a test. Can you hear me now? Hello? Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, awesome. Hi! I'm gonna be a little bit closer today because I had to turn on a different microphone. I'm not entirely sure what I accidentally turned on today, guys, so I am so sorry for having these little crowns by people. I don't know what that means. I think I might have accidentally turned something on, so I apologize ahead of time. And do I know how to turn it off? No, I don't, because I don't know what I turned on in the first place. Okay, so what is this? Wait, is there a way to turn it off? No, I don't think there is. I I don't know. My bad. I think I accidentally hit something called top fans. I was curious. I pressed a button. My bad. All right, hi, and welcome to the BL Week in Review. I am your host, a Guide BL Songbird, and it is an evening of entertaining, like startups, I guess. I cannot pick between Ballboy tactics and the sparkle in your eye. I was really mean. I also tried the the poll thing. I was just having so much fun. Yeah. So yeah, we're trying polls and all kinds of things tonight. Um, don't forget to like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm sure the BL Express would appreciate it. And then in the description, there's a link up with my name to my YouTube channel. So I haven't posted a lot there yet. I've posted a lot of short videos, but not a lot of like longer ones. I'm seeing new names today. Hi, RCKY. Good to see you. And then we have, I don't know, OCIL. How do if you guys want to write in the chat how you'd like me to call you, I will be glad to call you whatever you would like. Hi, Pammy. Good to see you. We actually have some series that ended, which is super exciting, and we'll be talking about those at the end, just in case people want to add more and give away spoilers. So, save all spoilers to the end. I will give you time, I promise. In the meantime, this is a Q&A format styled live stream, which means that it's completely interactive with you guys in the chat. I'll be asking questions. You guys can, in all caps, shout out your answers via text message. And I will also be sharing my thoughts as well. So that's kind of the format of this. Go ahead and turn on your live chat and don't be afraid to speak up. This is a safe space and inclusive for everybody. I have my little notes for today because there's quite a bit going on right now in the world of BL, right? Like, is there a soul, a single person that has tried to keep up with all of the currently airing series? If there is, I gotta give you a shout out right now because I don't even know. Like, and it just seems to be a deluge. They are and throwing more and more at us. A lot like short form series are becoming popular, right? And I think maybe, okay, I'm just like spitballing here. I don't know for sure, but I get the feeling that because they're shorter and they're easier to make and they're just, it's accessible on so many platforms that we're just going to be getting more and more. And there's no way to keep up with them all. I don't know. What do you guys think? No way. Nope. I'm waiting for some to finish to binge. Can't do it. Okay, all right. I'm not the only one out there. They're all pretty good though. And so it's really hard to decide which ones to let go of. But for me, for the time being, I think at least I'm not going to be watching it on the day it airs. And that's, oh goodness, Knockout and Pit Babe. Those two series air on Friday, and Fridays are particularly dumb. I think there are still 9 or 10 series airing on Friday. Yeah, I was trying to watch 8 of them. What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. Eight's too, actually, even 6 is too many, but what else is there to let go of? Because the rest are really good. So it's a 6 series Friday for me. Anyways, what did you guys decide to let go of? Anything in particular that you were sad about that you were enjoying watching live? Or have you kept all of the ones you wanted to watch live? Started them now, saving to binge later. Valerie, I get that. That makes sense. The Friday shows are the ones I wake up to on Saturday, so I spend my Saturday morning watching BL. Oh yeah, you know that's a good idea. I tried to keep up, but I could only giggle so much in a day. That is fair, RC. That is absolutely fair. I dropped Sun Tiny. Aw, I know we were excited about watching Heart. I ended up dropping Sun Tiny as well. That one was, yeah, I've stopped watching Pit Babe so I can binge watch it when it's done. That's the other direction to go with that series for me too. That series is so stressful. It might be better to binge that one in general. Got it. That's wise, Katie. I've kept watching everything I started, just haven't finished the shows I will binge. DeLorean, I'm trying to keep up week to week. So far, so good. Okay, that's fire. Oh man, that's amazing. Congratulations. Let go of all but 3 on Friday. That's miraculous, Valerie. Insomnia Companions, Friday BL. Okay. If you need an insomnia companion, that is definitely a great way to go for sure. Love it. Okay, so this week there's one discovered series. It has all 4 episodes out, and so there aren't that many episodes in the first place. It's the channel isn't new to me. It's Suk Film, SUK Film, but I didn't realize they had a new one going. It's called Wrong Number. Suk Film creates short Korean BL series. So this series is only 4 episodes, and each episode is only 8 or 9 minutes. So if you have a chance, go ahead and check that out. Their series from that channel, I think I mentioned it a while ago, but we have new people all the time. So if you've heard it before, patience. Their series is their series tend to be really messy. They play with lots of cheating and other kinds of things that cause like a lot of tension and strife in relationships. And so for me, I don't tend to enjoy watching a lot of those all at once. So I tend to avoid Suk Film for that reason. As far as a smaller company that doesn't have as much money, they don't do too bad for themselves. So if you like messy, go ahead and check that one out. It could be fun. So there's a discovered series. On to the new stuff. Okay, let me check this real quick. I watched the first part. It's decent. Oh, it was cute. I really liked it. Okay, so 2 people have watched Wrong Number and enjoyed it. Awesome. Good to know. Was it messy? I don't know. If it was messy, let me know. If it wasn't messy, it's so short, I'll probably give it a shot. Ricky, BTW. I usually watch an episode while I eat, so that means about 3 episodes in a day. If I watch it after dinner, I'd be dozing off. That is fair. Ozel. Okay, I love it. I also watched this series. Excellent. If somebody could let me know how messy it was on a scale of 1 to 10, that would be fabulous. Okay, new series. A little bit messy. Okay, all right, Eureka. A little bit messy. Ricky and Ozel. I'm going to remember. I'm going to do my very best. Okay. So new series, we have a sketchy job. A sketchy job. It took right over after the last series finished on that channel, and it's a new Chinese BL on YouTube. Trying to remember what the last one was called. It's not coming to me. I don't know why I keep. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what the last series was called, but it's the Secrets of Us YouTube channel. And I watched the first episode. It's got the boyfriend for hire again. We have that going on over in Korean BL land right now, so it's entertaining that we also have it in Chinese BL land. Yes, Trapped in Osaka. That's what I was thinking of. And then I didn't trust myself. Okay. Yes, I actually loved episode 1 of A Sketchy Job. It was pretty cute. And it's airing on Thursdays. Again, the episodes are super short, 8 minutes long, and so it's really easy to watch. And that channel did an excellent job with Trapped in Osaka. It was really good. And the storytelling was really good considering how short it was. So, yeah, keep an eye on that channel for sure. Okay, I started the one and I'm invested. Trapped, same. Decided to wait on A Sketchy Job because Osaka was super messy, and if Sketchy is the same, I'd rather watch it all in one go. That is fair, DeLorean. It's cool those are filmed in Japan. Okay, that explains how they're being filmed. And that also explains the Trapped in Osaka title. Awesome, Carmen. Thanks for the extra little detail there. Love it. Oh, we're going to have a kitty bomb. Okay. Oh, maybe she's decided. She's actually shy. My cat is. I feel like she's actually shy. She knows she's on camera and she's shy about it. Okay. Next, we have had on Friday, The Promise of the Soul began. And that is the new Taiwanese BL. It's airing on Ichi and Gaga Ulala, which is awesome. And The Promise of the Soul is got a very unique premise. So if you love unique premises, which I love unique premises, then The Promise of the Soul is for you. It is about essentially a grandpa who ends up in the body of his grandson. Yeah, that's essentially the beginning of the series is this I don't even know if we can call it a swap yet, because so far we don't know where the grandson went. But the grandpa is in the grandson's body and acting like an old man, which is really cute in his old man clothes. And the other kid, whom is this other love interest, there's this hint of possible reincarnation and childhood friends kind of thing going on. So, love that kind of thing. I'm really excited about it. I saw some posts on X about like the fact that it's this grandpa's soul in this young body, and that somehow gave them the ick for like an age difference. Okay, guys. I don't know what to say for that, but if that kind of thing makes you uncomfortable, then this isn't the series for you. Absolutely. Because everybody has their own preferences of taste at the end of the day, right? Okay. Okay, let's see what other people are saying about this series. Wow, I might not be able to keep up this evening. This is kind of fun. I started kind of abandoned it. I might return to it soon-ish. Okay. After having told you I wasn't going to get into it, you liked the second episode more than the first. Okay, Carmen. I had a feeling. Okay. So this what is with Taiwanese BLs and having to get back past what is it with Taiwanese BLs and having to get past the first episode anyway? I don't know. I liked Promise of the Soul. I have a couple spoilery theories. I thought it would be creepy, but it's actually kind of cute. The Lorianne, when I announce the spoiler section, you can go ahead and spoil away. Creepy, like sharing the body with a grandson who is in shock. Maybe I like it. Look forward to watching it because I like that mystical stuff. So I'll watch a couple of episodes before I can say what is my opinion about the series. That is fair. Absolutely. Watch a couple of episodes, feel it out. Love it. Okay, so that one airs every Friday, and I personally will be keeping up with it because I don't know. The last one out of Taiwan was pretty good too, and this one is promising. And it's funny that the promise is of the soul. It has promise in the title, and it is promising. Okay, the next one that started is called Hermoso. It is a Filipino BL. It is on the Oxen Films YouTube channel. Um, I tend to again for messiness and maybe like it has Oxen Films tends to have like a soap opera vibe, which isn't a bad thing. Like soap operas have their place and people love them for a reason. It's very dramatic. It's got a lot of fun moments in it. From what I understand, the first 5 minutes are highly entertaining. I've heard some stories. I've seen some spoilers on social media. So if you like that kind of thing, the kind of thing where they just dive right into spiciness, that's like my keyword for all of that. If you like that kind of thing, then Hermoso you might actually quite enjoy. Okay, let's see. Didn't know about the new Oxen one. I like the trailer, but I haven't tried to watch it. I liked the fact, okay, so the Hermoso is set on, it looks like it's set in the fishing trade. So some of it's going to happen on fishing boats, some of it will happen in the village. There's lots of boys around, not very many women. So it should be entertaining. Yeah. Like Valerie said, the opening, the cinematography of the landscape is stunning. Yeah, that was very pretty even in the preview. I don't know. Okay, all right. If I find time this week, which I'm not sure I will, but I will try the first episode and I'll chat with you guys about it next time. I am getting ready to leave for New York for the Heart Killers fan meeting. I will be, I think, doing next week's live, and but the following week I'll be in New York. So I'm going to be skipping one, guys. I'm sorry, but I promise to post lots of things on social media about New York while I'm there and post from the fan meetings and all of the things. So I don't know. I don't I'm planning on posting at least once a day about all of that. So yeah, that's going to be happening. DeLorean, I agree with your Philippine stories. Ashes and Hearts, I tried the first episode of that one. I couldn't do it. Um, and then The Day I Loved You is one of my favorite series out of the Philippines. So good. All right. Okay, so coming up this next week, as far as I'm aware, we have two more Japanese BLs dropping this week. We have on Thursday a series called Stay by My Side After the Rain. Stay by My Side After the Rain is going to air on Gaga Ulala. It is a former classmates to lovers story that I believe is set in an office setting. So we've got a grown up thing going on, which is super fun. The other one is 10 Things I Want to Do Before I Turn 40. And I mean, I think it really, for that one, the title kind of sums it up nicely. I am going to say that it is about a man who's about to turn 40 and he's creates a bucket list for himself of all the things that he would like to do, and a younger coworker at the office helps him sets about helping him achieve his bucket list. And from what I understand, that's the premise. Now, I actually haven't watched trailers for either of these, so these are like summaries I've seen on various social media platforms for those two series. But it's fun because they're both adult, and it's fun because now we have four currently airing Japanese BLs that are on international platforms, which is amazing because I feel like oftentimes Japan likes to keep their BLs kind of close to the chest and not share them for like at least a year with international platforms. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. We're back to the okay. I will, Yaritza, say hi to Jung and Dunk and First and Cow. I only have the high touch, so it'll be very brief, but I will be sure to shake their hands and not freak out too badly. I think I'm most excited about meeting Jung. Jung, Jung's fan fictions that he's been writing lately highly entertain me. I don't know what possessed him to write fan fictions about him and Dunk, but I'm very very entertained by that. So I'm most excited about that. Oh my goodness. And it'll otherwise it'll just be a fun trip because the following Monday there's that Thai food show that's also happening, and I got into that as well. So that one has Mile and Apo and all these other actors, and I don't know exactly what we'll be doing. I'm assuming tasting all kinds of delicious food, but I'm excited about that too. And I decided not they were smart, but not smart. I don't know. There was another fan meeting for Boss and Noel the following weekend. And since I met Boss and Noel in San Francisco, I decided not to attend that one. But other than that, my mom's coming with me, and we're going to do a lot of sightseeing, and we're going to just enjoy our time in NYC. She's never been. I have only been once and didn't really get to see anything, so we're going to do the touristy thing. Yeah. Yeah, Jung, Pammy Jung writes fan fiction about him and Dunk, and he posts it on X, and somebody so kindly translates it for all of us. And oh my gosh, he writes it. I don't know what to say. I mean, he doesn't use their names, but he does use their pictures, so we know what pictures he's thinking of. And Dunk does all the TikTok videos for food, right? That's his thing. And then Jung's current fan fiction has Dunk as a like celebrity chef, and Jung's character is trying to get on a game show. That yeah, or well, a celebrity chef show. That is the current premise for his fan fiction. I've only seen two chapters so far. I don't know if he's written a third one yet. But yeah, he entertains me a lot. Okay, awesome. They're coming to Miami, but I couldn't get help to watch my parents. Aw, Jung does have a unique mind. I agree. Okay. All right. So now we are on to the series that ended, and I'm going to go ahead before we go into spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just give the titles and whether or not people should watch them, in my humble opinion. You can just do that part right now too. And so that anybody who wants to end it there, having some new series to go and check out, they can. So what ended is The Sparkle in Your Eye. And that is not only a series that I would recommend watching, I think that will also be a series that goes on to my BL Hidden Gems podcast. That was excellent. That was super fun. And it hasn't been talked about enough. And then the next series that ended is Ballboy Tactics. Ballboy Tactics. Okay, I forgot to mention The Sparkle in Your Eye. Goodness, The Sparkle in Your Eye is a Mandarin language BL that was filmed in Singapore. So we can call it Chinese BL. We can call it Singapore BL. I don't know. But that is The Sparkle in Your Eye, and you can find it on Gaga Ulala and Vicky and YouTube, maybe. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. All right, and then we've got Ballboy Tactics, which is a Korean BL, and here in the United States, it aired on Ichi. It is also excellent and worth checking out. Absolutely. So there's the second one. The third one that ended is a series called Moon and Dust. Again, that's a Chinese BL. It's on YouTube. I didn't finish it because I watched the first episode and couldn't personally handle the main character. So if you did finish it, go ahead and let everybody know in the comments if it's worth checking out. And then the last one is a Vietnamese BL called My Brother-in-Law. Again, it's on YouTube. And from what I understand, I didn't finish this one yet, but I'm supposed to apparently. I have to, I guess, because my friends have told me that I must. So I will be finishing My Sweet Brother-in-Law. Apparently, it's worth watching, everybody. And so those are the 4 series that ended. And from here on out, there will be spoilers. There will be spoilers galore as we talk about. I mainly wanted to talk about The Sparkle in Your Eye and Ballboy Tactics because yeah, I don't know. We've been lucky lately. We've had some excellent storytelling happening, right? So I think I'm gonna go to the comments for a while and see what people are saying. All right, let's see here. Oh man. I watched the first 5 episodes of The Sparkle, but it didn't grab me. Okay, Katie. Sparkle was good but tough. I need to know how they are after the ending. That's fair. That the letting giving a series breathing room or any story really, it doesn't have to be a series. Giving a story breathing room is important. Carmen would say Chinese BL. That would probably be okay. The Sparkle in Your Eye? All right, we'll call it Chinese BL then. We'll give them their due because I know they're trying to find ways to make it happen, even though they can't film them in the country. A special episode of The Sparkle in Your Eye would be lovely. The Sparkle ends well. Ballboy Tactics was cute, fumbled the ending a bit, but overall a decent watch. Okay. Katie, I'm right with you on Ballboy Tactics and the ending fumble. Absolutely. I loved Ballboy Tactics. It was adorable and a little angsty. The Sparkle in Your Eye finale made me cry. Loved it. Moon and Dust was meh. Ballboy Tactics. I don't know if I. Okay, I can keep up. Ballboy Tactics was so good. It had a nice vibe. Reading the webtoon and it's so close to the series. Really loved Ballboy Tactics. Made me forget the horror that was Hisu in class 2. I didn't watch Moon and Dust or the Vietnamese one. Ballboy Tactics was great. My brother-in-law was messy, 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 and I hope there's a second season. I have heard that about that show, that they're rooting for a second season. I want to. Okay, dang. Everybody wants to see a second season of the brother-in-law show, everybody. So, My Sweet Brother-in-Law, small company, Vietnam, YouTube. Episodes are short. There aren't that many of them. I guess we need to all check it out. We'll go give them some views. They'll get a couple more cents from all of us, right? Okay. And we have some frustration over it as well. Okay. DeLorean, I get that. And then the only one I watched is Ballboy Tactics, and I absolutely loved it. Just a cute, short, fluffy series, though they did rush the last 2 episodes. Rewatch of 3 times already. That's how we're feeling about Ballboy Tactics. Okay. Did not understand why he was in a coma at home after 6 months because of a side injury. I am assuming that is My Sweet Brother-in-Law. I don't know. Okay. You guys can talk it out. All right. So, The Sparkle in Your Eye. There are some trigger warnings on that series. It isn't the easiest for everybody to watch. There's some non-con. There is a really, really awful manager. It's kind of shows off the icky underbelly of the entertainment industry. And some parts are kind of hard to swallow because of that. But I have to say that, like, yes, maybe they could have stretched the ending out a little longer to bring some more joy into the end of the series, but I think they handled a lot of parts of that ending really well. I do appreciate a good ending. I don't know why I nitpick so much on it. Probably because I've now written one and I know how very, very challenging it is to write an ending that is satisfying. So you have all of these loose ends to tie up. All the questions have to be answered. You have to pace it in such a way that it leaves the person watching feeling satisfied. I don't know. Dang, endings are hard, everybody. So you'd think that I would like give them a little bit of uh like ease or something. Ease, a little bit of like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so nitpicky about it. You think I'd be easier on them because they work so hard on it all and endings are so challenging. But here we are. Ah, okay. And don't stop, my sweet brother-in-law, after the first episode, though you might be tempted. Fair, Carmen. That was like the promise of the soul. I'm like, don't stop, even though you might be tempted. The villain from the Sparkle did not get enough punishment. Okay, that's interesting. Ugh, punishments. It would have been nice to see him carted out of his office in handcuffs. That would have been an entertaining part of the ending for me, I think. I okay, so a scene I loved in The Sparkle in Your Eye was when, and by the way, this is your moment to share favorite scenes if you'd like. The scene that I loved in The Sparkle in Your Eye was when okay, names. I wrote them down. Su Yi, when Su Yi got the letter from Peijia, when he got the letter and he was sitting in the hospital bed and Peijia wrote this stupid letter in Braille. Oh my gosh. The man wrote in Braille and then like also made sure to record it on the same device that Su Yi had sent him that really sweet fan mail earlier in the series. That was so beautiful, and whoever thought that one up, brilliant on their part, right? Brilliant storytelling, like just beautiful. Oh, okay. I did I scare you guys for a minute? I did the whole Frozen thing. But that's where I was just reading what you guys said. Okay, without saying it out loud. I'm just sitting here reading and I probably look like a crazy person momentarily. Okay, seen talk of a bonus episode in season 2, but I think it's mainly fans hoping. I haven't seen anything official. That's fair. Everybody loved that scene. It was a good story. LMA. Oh, oh no. Okay, that's how good that scene was. You have to make it to that scene though, everybody. Like that was towards the end. So you have to make it through all the BS to get there. That and we dislike everybody. I don't know that there was a like I think there was a moment in that series that I disliked every single character, which just tells you how like layered and how realistically portrayed the characters were. Um, Now, Fang, our bad guy, our local bad guy, I don't think there was a moment I liked him. So everybody else, there was a moment I liked them, except for him. There was no redeemable qualities in him. So I feel like that was the only character that they may have stereotyped a little bit and didn't give nuanced layer. like they did the rest. But everybody else was beautiful and messy and really fun to watch. Okay. Onwards to Ballboy Tactics. What are we? We're doing great on time today, guys. Yay, we have time. Ah, the actors were great. The villains made me hate them so much. LOL. Okay. An aside, I know this isn't on the series that ended, but just a brief aside. And it's not really spoilery if you haven't been watching The Bangkok Boy. But that villain is ranked up there with the villain from the main character from Breaking Bad on levels of dislike for me. That villain is OMG. I can't even. Anyway, yeah, the Bangkok Boy, that villain is doing an excellent job at his excellent work at his job. Like his acting is obviously fabulous for me to dislike him so immensely. And they wrote him really well. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, Ballboy Tactics. Let's do something cute and fluffy. Cute and fluffy. I'm trying to think. What were moments in Ballboy Tactics? Because that series, what was the primary story arc in that series? What would we call it? A love story. Really, at the end of the day, that was there were no other elements, right? That was just a love story. Like in The Sparkle in Your Eye, we had other elements happening that made it more than just a love story. But the Ballboy Tactics was a very sweet coming of age love story. And so if you're somebody who needs the extras and needs it to be more than a love story, then perhaps Ballboy Tactics wouldn't be for you. But for everybody who loves a great rom-com, then then this is really fun because we have this very small, because gymnasts are small. I'm actually it's kind of cool that they found an actor that would be the right size for a gymnast. At the end of the day, that was pretty cool. Anyway, we have a very small gymnast who's very quiet and shy. I'm using very a lot. And we have a tall basketball player, because basketball players tend to be tall, who is outgoing or at least not shy and like just kind of entertaining to be around. It seemed like he seemed to spend a lot of time with his friends and enjoy that all. And so like we have the contrasting personalities, which I love. And Ballboy Tactics was the story of them learning to be with each other, and not just like normally a romantic story tends to have the confession as the culminating, like the climax moment in the story. But this one, we had them go through some hardship as a couple as well. So in that sense, they did it a little differently, and it was super fun to watch. All right, let's see what people are saying about it. The younger guy learning to accept love openly. That was a big deal, right? He was so far in the closet. I guess that's the way to put it. He definitely was afraid of what people would think. And I don't even know if it was so much for himself, but for his partner. He was worried what people would think for Jiang Yu. Yeah, Jiang Yu. That's who he was worried for, I feel like. He was worried about the man having success as a basketball player. Team player versus solitary competitor. There is that aspect too, Valerie. Good point. Lots of nice tension with a lot of payoff. So many use tension and then the reveal or follow through falls flat after the wait, but everything about the show was so well done. That is true. They even had a great job with their like physical intimacy. They did a really wonderful job of portraying two people who enjoyed each other. They were all cute, even the friend's little side, low key crushing on each other. Okay, that is my one criticism of this series. Why did they bother introducing them as more than like a one-sided little crush? Why did they bother introducing that like build up romance on the episode before the final episode, teased it all at us, and then like was like, well, the series is over. What was that? Okay. It's my one criticism for that show. I don't appreciate an ending that does that. And it only works if we know that there's a volume 2 happening. And they didn't announce that. They just left us all hanging. Fantastic. Oh. And they talked things through instead of just letting things drag and get worse. That is true. Communication, confrontation was there. That was awesome. Opposite of that office romance, LOL, I forgot what it was called. I also am not remembering what you were referring to. Carmen, I hope it's a setup for a spinoff. If it's not, that is depressing. Maybe another series, hopefully. Also, or maybe to lure people to read the manhwa. Okay. So, the continuation of the story already exists in the manhwa. That's good to know. I haven't read it. Everybody would watch the series. Reading the webtoon, haven't reached that part of the story yet, but I'll update when I'm finished. Awesome, DeLorean. I wish I had time to read things. You'd think I would since it's summer vacation for me. But I do not because of all of the little ventures I've started up this summer. But no worries, the adventures are super fun. It took them years to spin off Unintentional Love Story, but they did. That is true. And it wasn't too many years because Unintentional Love Story happened after I started watching BL. And the second series also happened. So both of those came out within 5 years of each other. So that's useful. All right. So who won? I'm kind of curious about this poll. It looks like Ballboy Tactics is a strong winner. 80%. You guys thought that it was that much better? I'm assuming. Or was it just because the theme was fluffier and we're fond of fluffy themes here? I am curious. I'm curious to see why you voted the way you voted, if you're willing to share, of course. And I will try to decide here momentarily which one I thought was better as well. Because they're both very different. One is not gritty, but it pulls at the heartstring, and the other one is just fluffy. All right. I will vote for Ballboy Tactics because we all need some fluff in our life, and that was just some very, very lovely, very, very lovely fluff. Yuritsa, I'm thinking that, like, the fluff won over the angst. I wonder if it's because we all have seen the state of the world right now, and we're all just like, we need fluffy. Things suck, and we need some fluff. I could see that being the case. Is anybody excited for the adult Japanese BLs? I think I'm most excited about the guy turning 40 and setting up his little bucket list. That's going to be highly entertaining to watch. BBT would because it was funny at times. Fair enough. Maybe I voted for it because it was dealing with a tough subject really well. It did. I thought it did as well. Ah. All right, everybody. We're out of time. I can't believe I have been talking at you all for 45 minutes. What is that? How did I do that? I don't know. And I forgot water, so my voice is getting kind of dry. Anyways, it's been so much fun chatting with everybody. Let's do some final comments and then I'm going to call it an evening for all of you. Okay, I haven't seen Sparkle yet, LOL. That's why I voted for Ballboy Tactics. But I think even if I watch the other one, I just love Ballboy Tactics so much. I love a good, easy, fluffy watch. That is excellent point. I'm very much looking forward to the Japanese BL. Great chat. Thanks so much. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was fun. It always makes me so happy. All right. Keep an eye on social media for next week. I'm almost positive I can do it. I'm flying out later that night. Believe it or not. Yeah, we're flying out like 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening next week. But I think I'll make it here. But I'll let you know if I don't. All right, guys, have a good evening, and I will chat with you next time.